Like a night out in Sheffield, I could greasy tripod on Sheffield United. Come thrill me again.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Blades of Glory. You'll notice in this episode I have changed up the way I present the games a bit. I've tried to make the overall length of the video a bit shorter, hopefully, than the last video, because that was 20 minutes and that was a bit too long for me. So I'm aiming for more around the 15-minute mark. So yeah, let's kick on with the video. I hope you enjoy it. The first game was against Wolves and we went with our normal 5-3-2 formation. We brought in Esri Konsa as Carter Vickers wasn't playing that well, and I think Carruthers as well was the only other player to come in. And the game ended 0-0. They actually had most of the chances, to be fair. We changed it up a bit in the middle of the game. We brought Carruthers back into a central midfield attacking position, and he seemed to play quite well in there. But yeah, they dominated the game. We were maybe slightly lucky to not lose this one, actually. But I was pleased with the fact that Esri Konsa got player of the match, so he will probably feature a bit more in the team from now on. The next game was against Nottingham Forest, and as you can see, I accidentally didn't take a screenshot of the pre-match formations, but we've got it here. We changed it up a bit. We went with Shayubu, gave him his debut as the lone striker, and tried to play with two Mazzalas in Carruthers and Coots, as Carruthers has played quite well recently. Other than that, there's not too many more changes. Basham, I think, came in for Konsa. They managed to get a goal through Zach Clough. We put opposition instructions on him, but unfortunately he scored in the 4th minute. And then again, they managed to score just after half time through Joe Worrell. And then they managed to score again. Eric Leakai getting it out to Carriol Cross. There's a bit of a running theme you'll see in this game and in the future games where I kind of screwed up on tactics. I'll be honest. We did have Mark tight on players, and it didn't really end up working for us. So this game ended 4-0. Just click on the review here. They had a lot of shots, quite a lot from distance. I think they just basically scored everything they had on target. Well, every decent shot they took, whereas we had quite a few shots, but we didn't score. We were unlucky. We had a couple of one-on-one chances, but it was 4-0. A bit embarrassed by that. You can't really excuse yourself from that result. I'm sorry about that one. The next game was against Ipswich. I think you can see here we dropped Lundstrom back into the defensive mid position from our 5-3-2 formation. And Hayden, I think, came back from injury in this game, and we tried the untested pair of Shayubu and Brooks up top to try and get us a goal we hadn't got in a few games. And this was a frustrating game, to say the least. Before this highlight, in about the 53rd minute, we'd missed a penalty, so I was raging at that. We hadn't scored for a while, but then we managed to get that goal in the 90th minute, so I thought, yes, we're going to win. There were 6 minutes of added time, and they scored this. And I was basically like, this game's done and dusted. We've won, but we didn't. And it was 1-1, and I was really, really disappointed. Looking at the review, we probably might have deserved it on terms of on target. They only had 2 on target. Their goal they scored was very lucky. I think we should have been 2-0 up, really, by the time they got their goal. So it was very disappointing to lose this game. Not get 3 points. Then it was the turn of Reading at home. We went with our 4-1-2-1-2 formation that we are trying to use against teams where we should probably win the match. They were, I think, 16th or 17th in the table this time. I was hoping to win it. As you'll see here, we lost the ball. We kind of got counter-attacked ourselves. Not that quickly, to be fair, actually. They got it out wide to Ginter. He ran down the right, played it in, and a pretty simple finish with Bob Varson. That's how the game ended, 1-0. This was another very disappointing one. We possibly should have won it in terms of shots on goal, but I think a draw would have been fair. So to have lost a game when we should have drawn, and to have drawn a game when we should have won, is pretty disappointing. And to have not won a game for about 6 games at this point, that was ultimately the worst thing really about this run. Then it was a Yorkshire clash against Leeds. They sort of fielded a slightly odd formation. James McLean in the defensive defensive forward position, 4-3-3. I thought we'd put the defensive midfielder in there to try and stop McLean, and then we'd try and bypass their midfield with long balls up there to Dalton and Evans. So let's see how that worked out. The game actually started off very poorly. We conceded in the 19th minute. James McLean, the man we were trying to mark out the game, scoring the first goal. And then again, they managed to get another one on the edge of the area. Anita tackled. He comes onto it, scores 2. 3-0 down, 34th minute. I was very disappointed at this point. At this point, I was thinking, I'm going to get sacked soon. But we did manage to get one back before half time. Evans, back from injury, managed to get in on the goals. At this point, I was still thinking, no, there's not much chance. 64th minute, here we go. Hansen, 3-man plays it forward, over the top. Carruthers, not brilliant keeping from their keeper, but I'll take it. And then Evans, Lafferty, this is the equaliser. Hansen came on, we actually gave him a game. He came up from the under-23s, he scored. And now before this goal, Evans had missed an open goal, and I was thinking it was going to end 3-all. But Coots off the bench, 93rd minute, he gets the win. And unlike the game against Ipswich, we'll switch onto the review here, we actually managed to win the game. And this time, they had a lot of shots, but a lot of them were long shots because we were quite defensive. Last game before the live game was against QPR away from home. We rewarded James Hansen with a start after his goal in the last game. Let's see how this got on. For this one, you'll notice I've not shown you the goals. I'm a bit embarrassed about this one. A couple of their goals were just stupid. My defenders being dragged out into awful positions. After that, I changed it actually for this next game, for the live game. So hopefully that won't happen. Osei Samuel just tore me apart. But if we look at the analysis and then the match stats, we go on match stats. We had 5 clear-cut chances in the game. We just didn't finish them off. They had 2. They had a couple of half chances, but most of their shots on target, to be honest, were long shots. So I think we were unlucky. And I think you can really see why I didn't show you this game, because I was a bit annoyed about it. A brief look at the table then before we go into the live game. We're on in 16th now with a nice row of 5s there. 5 wins, 5 losses, 5 draws, -5, and even a multiple of 5 in the points. But we are only 5 points off the playoffs and 7 points off the drop. So if you look at it that way, it's not too bad. You see there on the goals stats, there's no longer Ched Evans. I think that was a big loss for us. We lost Ched Evans and Sharp. They're both going to be playing in the next game. So let's see how we line up for that one. Right, so looking at the tactics, you'll have noticed we've gone back to the 4-1-2-on-2. We've changed a few roles from before actually. We've got deep line playmaker on Fleck, Carolero on Coots. Logic there is they've got an inside forward on the right hand side, so the Carolero is a bit less needed and Flex more useful in that role. Starting from the back then, we've got Moore in goal and sweeper keeper because we're going to push up higher, so hopefully he can come out and boot the ball clear if they try and play it over the top. Conser and O'Connell ball playing defenders, so hopefully we can sort of play it, work it out from the back, even though we don't have the play out of defence. I think that's going a bit too far. Wing backs on attack on either side because we don't have any other players, so they're going to be the ones attacking on the wings. Hayden, solid defensive mid. They've got an attacking midfielder, Evandro, that we're going to try and stop with him. Coots, Carolero, Fleck, the deep line playmaker, as I say before. Brooks in the attacking midfield role. He is pretty good in this role. I've got move into channels and roam from position as well, so hopefully he can just move into those spots where there's space, basically. As deep lying forward, Sharp will drop back a bit more into his position if he's not there, and then Evans, as always, advance forward, fewer risky passes on him. Not great at passing, but he is great at getting the goals. Not so much recently, but you can't really blame him. He's just come back from injury, so let's get into the game. In terms of the team talk, I like this. The players are in very good spirits, attentive and keen to take instruction on board. That did not happen on my Liverpool save. What we're going to do, I'm going to say I expect you to win today. Unsurprisingly, they're not massively happy with that. But let's just highlight all these, talk to players as well. Show me what you've got. Alright, he's confused. I don't know why that is. So here we go. There's an early chance potentially for us. Brooks Coots on the edge of the area. Brooks gets it back sharp in space and he puts it wide. Should have been doing better there, Billy. He is a good finisher of the ball, so I'd expect him to find the net really there. Ender Stevens on the edge of the box, and it's Hayden who smashed it in. After him being confused at the team talk, he's actually scored, I think, his first goal of the season for us, and his first goal for us. There we go. The ball was chucked into Coots. Good ball across. Stevens in a lot of space there. Right back did not track him at all, or actually their right midfielder Larson did not track him at all, and there was a goal. Again, it looks like there's a chance here. They've had a couple of shots in the meantime, but nothing really worth noting. As Stevens again, he's getting forward well. I don't know what his finishing is. I'll just have a quick look at that. But he seems to get into attacking positions quite often. I couldn't look at his finishing because there we go, Conser. What a big. Was that a throw-in or was that a corner from Coots? If that was a throw-in, he's got an absolutely massive throw, but I doubt it was a throw-in. Okay, no, it wasn't. It was a corner. Conser gets his first goal. I'm very pleased with him, actually, Conser. If I can just click on him here, you will notice that he has improved quite a lot. He's 3.5 star as we get another chance. We are running riot in this game. I'm glad this is the one I chose to show you, to say the least. Dressing room. Right, this time I think we can be a bit happier with these. But I'm going to stay, don't get complacent. There we go again. It's just Isaac Hayden. I don't know. Has he lost faith with me or something? Can I speak to him? Pressure's off. I need you to calm down. I'm going to say I'm very happy. There we go. He's happy with that. Good lad. Hopefully get another goal. That would calm me down a bit. Obviously there was that Leeds game not long ago where we came back from 3 goals down. But I think 3 goals down you can feel quite comfortable as they get a potential highlight for them. Their first one of the game. Oh, Moore dealt with that. Oh, God. Oh, my God. What is that? That is an example of Moore not being sweeper keeper and not doing his job on the ball particularly well. So I might have to think about changing that or bringing in another keeper. I don't know if Blackman can play that role. I don't think he can, as we just missed there. Looks like there could be another chance from another corner. I did change the set pieces not too long ago, so it's good to see that we're getting quite a few chances from them. And Coots again, he's played well. He's justifying his inclusion after moaning not too long ago. I'm expecting that highlight to peter out, so I'm just going to change someone here. Evans not having the greatest game. I kind of wish I had Shaibu on the bench to give him a bit of a run out, but I'm going to bring Donaldson on and I'm actually going to switch him for Sharp, and then Stevens will come off as well because he's had a great game, but he's unsurprisingly losing a bit of fitness as he is on wing-back attack, which involves a lot of stamina, as Fleck just smashes it wide there. But in terms of the shots and stuff, it's going brilliantly this game. I know that doesn't mean everything, but to me, when I see that, I'm thinking, right, yeah, well, we've got something with this tactic. Obviously, it's doing something in this game, so I'm feeling quite happy at the moment, as long as we don't concede here. Diamande on the ball. Henriksen. There's a lot of space out wide for Odu Badjo. Really shouldn't have happened, and Adelaide makes up for his missed chance earlier with a goal, but it's disallowed. I did have an inkling. I didn't say it because I didn't want to look like an idiot, but I did have an inkling that was offside. So now we're just going to make this a bit of a defensive substitution, actually. Lundstrom onto the defend. You might push him back as well. Not much more we need to do, I'd say. We could put it on retain possession or something, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to chance it. There may be another chance for us late on in the game. Brooks coming forward. Good from him there. Found a decent pass. Freeman. And again, it's the left back. I might have to change that to shooting less because I don't think either of them are very good at shooting. If we had, I don't know, Jordi Alba or Alexandro in left back, then maybe I'll be happy with them shooting more. But Ender Stevens, Kieran Freeman, or Danny Lafferty, if he comes in again, I don't think I really want to be shooting from that position. So again, there looks like a chance here. Hector smashes it clear from Bulldog's cross. O'Connell, ball playing centre back now, plays it in short. Ball out wide to Bulldog. Comes out again. Lundstrom, can he recycle possession? He goes back to O'Connell. Oh, fantastic pass from O'Connell, and not particularly good cross from Bulldog, but he gets back into position, I noted there, quite quickly. Freeman on the left coming down. It's going to be on his weaker foot, so alright, fair play. He's kept it and he's found Brooks. Nicely done by him. Sharp collects it on the edge of the area. Back to Coos. What a strike! We're going to have to see that in 3D. This has been a fantastic game, lads. I'm very, very pleased with this. As I said before, Freeman, well, actually, he played that with his left. I thought he would have played that with his right, but the ball came through to Sharp. Lays it back, Coots, first time strike, and that is the best. That is the best goal I've seen on this Football Manager. If that's not goal of the month, I do not know what I'll do. That so deserves to be it. We'll wait and see on that. I might give you an update if I can remember whether that was goal of the month, because it definitely deserves to be. And if it's been picked, it must have been a pretty good goal. But anyway, that is the end of the match, and wow, the best performance of the season by country mile. This one. That's kind of shown by Ched Evans struggles perform. A minus point is that he had 2 overall chances. Most games, even ones I've won, there's been a minus point by the strikers saying they had no overall chances. So I'm going to say very pleased with overall performance. Isaac Hayden this time is extremely delighted. Paul Coots is not. But that's probably because he played very well and he's player of the match, so he's just like, all right, yeah, of course, you're pleased with how I did. You have to give me that individual praise as well for him to feel actually content. So yeah, there we go. Match stats in the end, fantastic from us. I might go into a bit more analysis myself on that, but I won't put you through that because I don't want these videos to be too long. But we'll have a look at the table now, obviously. After that game, into unlucky 13th, but for us it's quite lucky at the moment. 23 points, 3 points off the playoffs, still 10 points off the relegation zone, so that is good news. In terms of the next episode, looking at the schedule, 1-2-3, Aston Villa away is likely to be the next game we come into. That will be just before the January transfer window. Obviously there's a few games there because it's a busy Christmas period, but I'll have to work out exactly what I'm going to do around the transfer window, whether there will be less games and more focusing on transfers, whether we need to make any more transfers, I don't know as of yet. So yes, we'll come back on this Aston Villa game for sure. That should be an interesting one. Hopefully we've got a few more wins in there. Obviously we've been on a bad run, but we've got 2 wins out of 3 now, so hopefully it'll be looking a bit brighter for us next game. But anyway, until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. And yeah, goodbye. See you next time.